Now we have to discuss the major parts of the boiler and how that particular boiler is working. So here it is the control panel of our boiler. So in that particular control panel you can see it is the steam generation, steam temperature control. So whatever the steam temperature generated, whatever the steam generated inside the boiler, the reading of that particular one we can get here. Next is the water temperature. Here is the temperature of the water after the economizer. In that particular boiler we have mounted the economizer, and after that economizer whatever the temperature of water is there, that reading we can take here. Then next here there are the control. There are the three indicators are there, R, Y, B. Three phases are there. So electricity is proper or not, that information we can get from that particular control panel. Then ignition is going on for that particular one, that indicator is indicating the ignition is properly going on. If the steam temperature is high, then that indicator indicates, we get the information that the steam temperature is increased beyond the limit. Then the burner is on or not, that particular indicator is present here. So with the help of that particular one, we get the information about the burner. After that, fuel pressure low. If the fuel supply is not continuously going on or the pressure of the fuel is decreased, then that information we get with the help of that indicator. After that, the steam pressure high. If the steam pressure is increased above its set limit, then here that particular indicator we get the indicated. Then the safety lock out. For the safety purpose of that boiler, here one safety lock is attached. If the pressure of the steam is above the rated pressure, then that safety lock gets out and then the steam is allowed to come outside the boiler shell for the safety purpose. Then here the power on is there for on off that particular boiler. Then here that firing is there. For firing we can do the firing with the help of that particular knob. So that is about the control panel of that our boiler. Now we have to discuss the various parts of that boiler. So we can see that number of parts. So first here you can see that particular motor is attached, and here it is a blower. To flow out the flue gases from boiler shell to outside the chimney, that blower is used. And again, for the complete combustion of the fuel, we require the sufficient quantity of the air, so that air is supplied with the help of that blower. Okay. After that particular blower, now we can see here that particular one is a fuel injector. That fuel injector is present there, with the help of which we are injecting the fuel. Then this one are the spark plugs for sparking the fuel. For spark purpose, that spark plugs are attached, and here it is the burner which burns that particular fuel. So here in that particular boiler we are utilizing the light diesel, means our regular diesel as a fuel. So that's why fuel injector is there, then the spark plugs are attached and burner is there. So here we are attached the spark plugs. The meaning of that particular one or the use of spark plug is that here we can't achieve that much compression ratio which is attached in the vehicles. So that's why for that particular purpose the self-ignition temperature of diesel is not reached here due to the lower compression ratio, and that's why for the ignition of the diesel we have attached the spark plugs here. Okay, so here the spark plugs and burner are there. Then here whatever that you are seeing, that particular one is the vertical boiler shell, and here in that vertical boiler shell spirally mounted tubes are present here through which the water is flowing. So here it is the blow-off cock. So if we want to empty the boiler from the water, then with the help of blow-off cock we can empty that particular boiler. So after that particular one, here it is the economizer. The function of the economizer is to preheat the water before supplying to the boiler shell. So for preheating, here it utilizes the best heat of the flue gases. So here it is a smoke box, and before exhausting that flue gases to the atmosphere, with the help of that heat of the flue gases, it heats the water, and then that water is supplied to the boiler shell. So here it is the economizer. Now here you can see it is the fuel tank. Here in that particular fuel tank we have added the diesel, and then that particular diesel is supplied to the boiler. So here it is the fuel tank. For measuring the level of the fuel inside the fuel tank, here it is the transparent tube available. So with the help of that particular transparent tube, we can make sure that the fuel is present in the fuel tank, and the fuel supply, whatever the quantity of the fuel required for the combustion of that particular boiler, that quantity also we can measure with the help of that fuel tank. After the fuel tank, here it is the water softener. So whatever the water we are having, we have storage in the storage tank. Then that water comes here in the water softener. That water is softened here, and then that softened water is supplied to the economizer. Okay. Why there is a need of the water softener? Because if we supply the hard water, then there should be the problem of the scaling, and the efficiency of the boiler should be decreased. So to avoid the maintenance and efficiency, to reduce the efficiency of that particular boiler, to avoid these things, we are utilizing the water softener here. After that, here it is the smoke box. With the help of that particular smoke box, whatever the flue gases generated inside the boiler shell are collected here in the smoke box, and after the smoke box, here is the chimney. With the help of that particular chimney, the flue gases are exhausted to the atmosphere. Okay. Then next, see here it is the filter, fuel filter. From that fuel tank, fuel comes here in the fuel filter. Then after that, here it is the fuel sump is there. After the fuel sump, here it is the fuel pump. For running the fuel pump, here motor is present there. Then after that particular one, that fuel comes here in that solenoid valve. Here it is the solenoid valve. With the help of solenoid valve, we are supplying the fuel continuously, and at the constant rate we are supplying the fuel. Then after that solenoid valve, fuel injector is there, which already we have discussed. Now here one piston pump you are seeing here. So it is a triplex reciprocating pump. For running that pump, here the motor is attached. The use of that particular pump is for injecting the water inside the boiler shell. So we know that it is the high pressure boiler, and for that particular one we have to inject the water inside the boiler. For creating the pressure of that water, here we are utilizing the triplex reciprocating pump, and for running the pump, here the motor is attached. Now here it is the steam stop valve. With the help of that particular valve, we can control the flow of the steam to outside the boiler. Now we use that particular steam to impinge over the turbine. Okay. Now here it is the pressure gauge. It indicates the pressure of the steam generated inside the boiler. Here it is the bypass valve. If we don't want to use that particular steam to the turbine, then we can bypass that particular steam from here. So bypass is open to the atmosphere. Okay. Then here it is the sensor present here. So in the control panel, we have seen that particular sensor for the high pressure steam. If the pressure of the steam is increased, then with the help of that particular sensor, the indicator gets indicated that pressure of the steam is increased. Then here it is the safety lock. Here it is the safety lock. So on the control panel, we are having that particular safety lock nut. So if that particular safety lock is out, then when the pressure of the steam increased in that particular boiler, and then if it is above the rated pressure of that boiler, then that safety lock gets out and steam is allowed to come over outside the boiler shell. So these are the various devices which are mounted on that particular boiler. Now for that particular boiler, we have to discuss the three flow systems. First one is the fuel flow, second one is the water flow, and third one is the air flow. From that particular one, first we discuss about that air flow inside that particular boiler. So air comes from here, from the blower, from the atmosphere. Blower sucks the air and supplies to the boiler for the complete combustion of the fuel. So that particular one is the air system. After that air system, now we have to discuss about that fuel flow system. So fuel comes here in the fuel tank. It is the storage. Then from here, one valve is there. With the help of that particular valve, we can control the flow of the fuel to the boiler. So now fuel comes here. Then from that particular fuel tank, fuel comes in the filter. Here, if any contaminants present inside the fuel, these are removed here. After that fuel filter, here it is the fuel sump. The function of the fuel sump is temporary storage of the fuel. Means in any case, if the fuel in the fuel tank is ended, and then for filling the fuel, it requires some time. For that particular purpose, the fuel sump, temporary storage of the fuel is present in that particular fuel sump. So it could not get that particular fuel supply disturbed. With the help of fuel sump, we are temporarily storing the fuel, and then the fuel supply is going on continuously. After that, here the fuel pump is present. For running the fuel pump, that particular motor is present. With the help of that fuel pump, the fuel is pumped to the fuel injector. Now here it is, one sensor is present there. It indicates the pressure of the fuel. So fuel pressure should be maintained If we are not maintaining the fuel pressure, then the spread of that particular fuel should not be good, and then it gives us the incomplete combustion of the fuel. To avoid that particular one, that particular fuel pressure indicator is present here. Then after that, the solenoid valve is there. Solenoid valve meters the quantity of the fuel supplied. It meters the quantity of the fuel supplied. Means the quantity is given that to that solenoid valve, and by that particular quantity, that much amount of the fuel is supplied to the fuel injector. In the fuel injector, at the top side of the fuel injector, we have that nozzle present here. So that nozzle spreads that particular fuel inside that boiler shell. Spreads that particular fuel inside the boiler shell. So it should make the complete. It should make that proper spray of the fuel. Proper spray of the fuel inside that particular combustion chamber. Okay. So it makes the very fine particles of the fuel. These fine particles make sure us that complete combustion of the fuel. So fuel comes from that fuel tank to the filter. After the filter to the fuel sump. After the fuel sump to the fuel pump. From fuel pump to the solenoid valve, then to the fuel injector. After the fuel injector, fuel burns with the help of air supplied in that combustion chamber. After burning the fuel, whatever the flue gas is generated, these flue gases comes here in the smoke box, transferring heat to the water tubes inside the boiler shell. Then after transferring the heat, that flue gases comes here in the smoke box. After the smoke box, these flue gases are exhausted with the help of chimney to the atmosphere. So that is the fuel flow. That is the fuel flow. Now we have to discuss about that water flow inside the boiler. For discussing that water flow, so at the overhead of that particular building, we are having the storage tank. From that particular storage tank, water comes here in the water softener. In that particular water softener, water gets softened to avoid the scaling inside the boiler and to increase the efficiency of that boiler. We are utilizing that particular water softener. From the water softener, water comes here in the economizer. So here it is the economizer to control the flow of water inside the economizer. One control valve is present here. In the economizer, water gets entered. Then with the help of flue gases which are to be exhausted to atmosphere, these flue gases are utilized to increase the temperature of the water here in the economizer. So in the economizer, the temperature of water gets increased. After the economizer, that particular water goes to the triplex reciprocating pump. Here it is a triplex reciprocating pump. To the triplex reciprocating pump, that water goes. Here in the triplex reciprocating pump, the pressure of the water is increased. Pressure of the water is increased because it is a high pressure boiler, and for that particular one, we should increase the pressure of the boiler. So after that particular triplex reciprocating pump, water comes here at the downward side. At the downward side. Here it is a non-return valve to avoid the return flow of the water. Okay. From the downward side, water is injected inside the boiler shell. In the boiler shell, the spirally wounded tubes are present. Through these spirally wounded tubes, that water is supplied inside the boiler shell. And other portion of the boiler shell is hollow. And in that particular portion, the combustion of the fuel going on. Combustion of the fuel is going on. Whatever the flue gas is generated, these flue gases transfers the heat to that particular shell, to the water tubes. Then water tubes transfers heat to the water. Then water gets heated. After heating the water, that water is come here at the steam stop valve. By converting the water into the steam, that water comes here in the steam stop valve, and from that particular steam stop valve, we can use that particular water over that steam over that particular turbine to run that turbine. So that is the flow of the water. Means from the storage tank, water comes here in the water softener. After water softener, water comes in the economizer. After the economizer, water comes in the triplex reciprocating pump, which increases the pressure of that water. After that particular one, water goes in the spirally wounded tubes of the boiler shell. After the spirally wounded tubes, water is converted into the steam, and then that particular steam, with the help of steam stop valve, we are impinging over that turbine. After the turbine, steam is supplied to the condenser, where it is again converted into the water, and then after that condenser, the feed extraction pump is there, which extracts the water from that condenser. So that's about the flow of the water. So it is the working of that particular boiler. So from that particular one, we have discussed the flow of the fuel, flow of the water, then flow of the air also in that particular boiler. So that's all about the working of that particular boiler.